we'll be talking about that as the days and the months goes on. But we see Nigeria or Africa as a whole as a place where agriculture is one of the main contributor to our economy. And if we have people, going to their farms who cannot farm because of insurgency, we have all these menace in the north and everything that is going on. We have herdsmen who are also coming in then if the president, who have made lots of pledges saying that, they are trying to get people to the farms and those things and lots of loans, this issue. Now, actually, we're going to come another 4 years and somebody's going to say, that money didn't do anything. Yummy.
Well, you're quite right. That money couldn't do anything, but, these new administration, there's a huge budget that is expected. I mean, we're looking at about almost 1 trillion has been allocated when it comes to the security. And the question many people have asked again is what has happened to the previous money that has been allocated during the previous budget as well. But again, there's so much when it comes to, security. Security, is something that every country around the world is trying to fight to make sure that, their loved ones and the country is stabilized. But we hope that this time around, as the reps are now ensuring a speedy passage of the 2024 budget, says the lawmaker, which is another headline, we hope that whatever the amount of 27 trillion naira for this particular budget will be used for all the purposes that these administrations have talked about. And as again, just coming in, gunmen kidnap Abuja landlord are now demanding 20 million naira ransom. Gunmen yesterday kidnapped 2 landlords in Asokoro extension of the area of the Federal Capital Territory. This is the capital city. And if you continue to hear this kind of headline that is happening from the capital city, Abuja, that means that we are all in danger, because if the FCT is not safe, you might as well think that what happened to someone in Adamawa, in Kaduna, in Katsina, in Sokoto, in Kano, even as far as Yola or somewhere in River State. The gunmen are now demanding 20 million naira ransom. Like I always say, there's also crimes that takes here in UK. I mean, reading the paper this morning, I picked on the hackers that were able to hack into, the Royal Family Hospital, and they are now demanding 300,000 naira ransom, 300,000 pounds ransom. If not, they'll be releasing those details. Even though, according to a security analyst, a former military, here in UK says, you might as well just pay that money, but that doesn't guarantee that they don't have a copy. The insecurity is something that is a threat to any economy, and if you don't tackle that, with a very, very hard way, then you might end up having a country that is no longer governed by the government.
Well, listen, let's start Rdio. Koikimedia, North London Studios. I'm actually here in the South Studios. We're bringing you everything that you need to know when it comes to Nigeria. This morning, as it comes in, we'll be bringing that your way. But to bring this one to the next topic or story that we're looking at from Nigeria. Now, the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria is saying this morning that it has interviewed 150,000 Nigerians who, of course, want to japa. Now, if your home is okay, you get everything that you need to eat. When it comes to security, you're okay and stuff like that. I don't think you want to leave your own home and say you're going to go to another place where you are not that respected. Okay? Yeah, you are tolerated in a way. Let me put it that way blatantly. Now, information coming through: hospitals reduce outpatients and surgeries as 4,000 doctors migrate. If you think that the system is good for them and everything is working out nicely, people are able to, whatever they are making, able to fend for themselves, their families, and do whatever, you think they will be living yummy?
Well, as we always say, more people are still arriving. I literally got a call, on Friday. I've been receiving that call continuously until I returned the call. And I was told by the individual that, wow, I've just arrived into the country. And I said, oh, welcome. Are you on a visiting visa? And are you going back? She said, no, I'm not going back. My wife came here on a student through dependent. I'm now living here. And what he's looking for? He's looking for a job. He's been here for 1 month. I mean, these are people that have been given the BRP. They have the national insurance number. And the job he's looking for is just a warehouse. Even though he has attended multiple interviews, he has not even get a job yet. Well, I give him another option to another area that he can look into. The question then is, if there's enough production, if Nigeria was growing, many of us would all work in the same warehouse, in any part of Nigeria to keep the economy going. Just like many Indians today would rather stay in India because it's now the fifth economy that is growing so fast. And the reason for that is there's enough production going on. As against Nigerians, we are losing not just doctors, we are losing talent. We are losing many Nigerians that want to japa. And like you said, hospital reduced outpatient surgery as 4,000 doctors have now left Nigeria. Well, the question then is, who takes care of these young ones, the elderly, which is the most key area when it comes to health sector in the world? Well, according to the migration of doctors, other health workers to other countries is taking a toll. Over 141,000 Nigerians have arrived in UK. There's about close to 200,000, still trying to get an appointment, for visa to America. And there's no visa appointment till probably middle of next year. That tells you that many Nigerians are not just thinking of migrating now for study. They are thinking of exiting the country. How this is going to be stabilized is a question that people want to know, the policy, the formation that this current administration will be putting in place. But it seems already, Nigerians are complaining already, if there's about 1,400 Nigerians travel with Bola Tinubu to the COP28, it seems that the item number 7 that I will leave for Nigerians to check on the social media is generating a lot. And item number 7 has got to do with a female, but I will probably leave the name like that without bringing it on the social media. But item number 7 is quite an interesting one on the list. There's another name on it, Shagori. Shagori are individuals well known around the world, but also for their own criminal as well. Many Nigerians are asking why we left other Nigerians and taking Shagori with this list as well. So you can see that there's a lot of tension going on in the country, and it seems that, as we say, politicians pity us.
Pity us or pity on us, listeners, Starr Radio UK. So let's talk about this entourage of the president to COP28. Now, I look at everything there. In Ghana, our own citizens are doing this illegal mining and are destroying water bodies, environment, the wanted destruction that is going on, or the wanton destruction that is going on is beyond reason. And it's a matter of time that we will get to a point where they have to import water into the country to be able to drink, because when they are doing this mining, there are all these minerals, that is especially mercury, and then that actually goes into the water bodies, killing fishes and every biological organic organisms in there and stuff like that. So, whatever we are looking at, the ecosystem being destroyed and stuff like that. But when it comes to Nigeria, we are looking at where the funds or a lot of money comes from, and that is from crude oil, which at the moment, even we are not even refining in the country. We talked about what was happening to what they call Dangote's refinery, and what is going to happen, the fact that they cannot even supply him with crude oil. Somebody, the other time, that economic brain there in Nigeria made a statement that he doesn't understand why they cannot make an allocation to Dangote, that he needs to go out, go and buy some, bring it, and then by the time he finishes, the price is not even going up. So it all doesn't make sense. But, why did the president take an entourage of up to about 1,000 plus to that place? But how many planes did they fly on?
Well, I guess, the presidential flight and probably maybe another extra 2, and that makes it 3. That even itself has created more emission, as many of us have talked about. These are literally generated, this, message of why these 1,400, and let's see if we can get a bit of the background to that as well this morning, as uproar over Nigeria 1,411 men delegation to COP28 that is currently taking place in Dubai. Some say that since we couldn't get a visa to Dubai, it seems that some are probably taking that opportunity, to get into Dubai for Christmas, because they'll be there till the 12th of December, and some might probably extend their stay there. Well, as we do know, many say that the government needs to be saving, but the government says they're trying to save, but we should all also buckle up as well. Lagos, criticism yesterday greeted the high number of delegate Nigeria sent to the ongoing conference of the parties known as COP28 Climate Summit in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The UAE, at a time of austerity that the federal government was urging the citizenry to make some sacrifice, Nigerian account for 0.319% of the global carbon dioxide emission, but our 1,400 delegate is joint third largest with China after the host nation, United Arab Emirates, with 4,419, Brazil 3,000, followed by Indonesia 1,299, Japan 1,000, Turkey 1,000, and also the highest global carbon dioxide. The official allegation of some of the top countries are Canada, Japan. We know that the U.S. president is not attending and the Chinese premier is not attending as well. But it seems that also we've seen where pictures, videos, where even the president next to King Charles was almost overshadowed by another individual until somebody shouted out and say, "You are blocking the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria." I'm not sure why the president himself decided not to speak out. But as we say, however, the federal government said it was not the one footing the bills of these 1,411 delegates. Some of them will have to pay for their own. But picking holes in the number of the delegate Nigerians sent to the summit, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, demand roll call and the cost incurred by the federal government delegate and also all the National Assembly to probe this incident.
Okay, listeners, it is Starr Rdio, okay? It's now gone 11:39, and therefore we'll go straight to Yomi for the rest of the stories making the rounds and what is happening on the social media platform. Over to you, Yomi.
Thank you so much. It is still, the first week back again on Monday, where we continue with the headline coming from Nigeria this morning, as we go straight to discuss some of the other headlines that we've picked up this morning as well. Once again, as many Nigerians continue to find out why over 1,000, and you can see some of those pictures that the engineer have just uploaded behind you there. 10 years as robbers stabbed ATBU final year student to death is one of the headlines as well. Protests rock Unical over fee hike as student block major roads in Calabar. Also, SGF to Nigerians, keep faith, there is hope for Nigeria. This is coming from the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, has expressed optimism about Nigerians' future, urging citizens not to give up on the government. Akume actually expressed these optimism at the National Solemn Assembly, a day of praise, worship, thanksgiving to God for Nigeria, held at the National Eremika Center in Abuja over the weekend. He said Nigeria was undoubtedly a gifted country, but noted that it had been in need of visionary leadership. He therefore urged the nation to offer prayers for the country's leaders and its success. The SGF called for the support and the cooperation of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu Renew Hope agenda, which is aimed at propelling the country forward in winning manner. Well, we leave that for Nigeria to decide whether that is something they want. Also, Nigerian economy begins major shift as the oil sector rebound. It's coming from another headline. There are indications that the Nigerian economy is reversing back to oil sector-led development, while the gains made in the non-oil sector is also reversing as well. We're going to go straight to what is still going on in Ondo State. It seems that Akeredolu and, matter is still, as we speak, up to a week ago right now. Officials signing document in Governor Rotimi Akeredolu's name, Ajulo alleges. A senior advocate of Nigeria, Kayode Ajulo, today alleged that some officials in the administration of the Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu were literally signing documents on behalf of the ailing governor. We know that this governor is very, very sick. He's not feeling very strong, but it seems that he's still holding on to the power in Ondo State. The senior advocate of Nigeria, Ajulo, who is the principal partner of Kayode Ajulo and co-caster of law, says this on one of the mainstream media in Nigeria program this morning. According to him, the deputy governor, Lucky Ayeditewa, that has been trying to become the governor, but seems that is not coming forward, cannot take over from the governor since the power has not been transferred to him constitutionally, making way for the hijack of the state governance by the cabal. The question is, if the hailing governor is not doing very well, then advantage will be taken against him, as we can tell that many people are now signing document on his behalf. We're going to go swiftly for one more, which is something when it comes to violence against different gender in Nigeria. The United States is now pledging support for groups tackling gender violence in Nigeria. Gender violence happens around the world, just as it happens in Africa as well. The United States Charge Affairs David Greene has hailed local organization tackling sexual and gender-based violence in Nigeria. Remember on Thursday I talked about, on my way back on Wednesday from the studio, you do not move too close to a woman or any other person on the train because you could be charged for sexual harassment. But this happen day in, day out in many of these transportation. Even when you go on the, the Okadas, sometimes, the Okada rider is just trying to rest their shoulder on those women that they're carrying, and you could tell that that is also a sexual harassment. But who talks when there's no law that can do it? According to the report, gender-based violence is a human right abuse, a form of discrimination, and a manifestation of unequal power based on gender. This was on Saturday at an event that was held in Lagos that says no tolerance march. And like they say, we hope that, Bamise, Anyawala, and, many of those that have been killed, Jumoke Ileke, we will get justice for them, as justice is also being requested for Mohbad. What is happening this morning on the social media where many Nigerians come through? It seems that the trending of the Fulani is trending this morning, and let's pick on what is trending on that, because that's the reason why Dr. Oloyegbowo literally released a message to that as well. According to Sisley, for those who are genuinely asking and not trying to push an agenda, the activities of the bandit and the killer Fulani herdsmen has not reduced. Is still reported by media daily. 15 hours ago, bandit attacked 2 communities in Sokoto, killed 7, kidnapped several. That is something that is still quite worrisome for so many of us as well. So that seems to be the reason why also the northern groups are giving President Bola Tinubu 21 days to attend to their demand for ransom to be paid for the damage that occurred in Shasha and also during the EndSARS, and the reason why they have been killed in the southeast. And if not, they'll be blocking every road that brings food into the southwest. Many people in the southwest are saying, well, maybe it's time for them to keep the food so that we can then look back into why our own farmers have not been allowed to farm because of the Fulani terrorists that have been operating on that part as well. Also this morning, it seems that, Bashir Ahmed was one of those media aide of the former President Muhammadu Buhari. From report, I can't verify that yet, but it seems that 3 months after he has left office, he's still being paid wages. You wonder maybe that is just, something that the office have probably not taken him off, and he has been paid. Will he be paying this money back? Report coming on one of the mainstream media in Nigeria says he has left office, but wages is still being paid, while so many Nigerians are not being paid. There's still tension between the Yorubas and the Igbos, especially with the ongoing Lagos state. Even Benin says they own Lagos. Everybody seems to own Lagos. And that is now becoming back to back with so many space that I've listened to. And some of those things coming out of it can tell that there's so much tension. Showore is trending. Showore is a good friend of the Starr Radio UK. And if I pick on what he says, probably the reason why it's trending, Showore believes that it's still revolution that will bring the solution to Nigeria. And this is what he actually says on the COP28 some 4 hours ago. Nigeria lives a lie. Nigeria loves liars. Close to 1,500 Nigerians at the highest level accompanying President Bola Tinubu to COP28 at the United Arab Emirates in Dubai just to sustain a lie that is healthy or well, or that is aware of his environment, or that he knows what he's doing. Even all lies, even all is lies, even all these are lies. Every lie has an expiration date. Why Tinubu did not speak at the COP28 as scheduled, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tugad. Well, I'm not too sure why he hasn't spoken, but the same Showore says Nigerian loves lies and they love the liars as well. Well, we don't have Lai Mohammed anymore. We have another one called Mohammed, but not like Mohammed, the information minister. That is about it at 11:46. And like I said, it is back to back on the social media. Kaduna is trending, and we know that so much has happened. Even El Rufai said, no Christian will ever be the governor of Kaduna State.
Yeah. Well, listeners, those are updates from Nigeria. Let me say good morning to Pastor Emmanuel Chidi, who has also joined us. Pastor Emmanuel Chidi, I hope you are doing very, very well. And to all the bishops and the big men of God on the platform as well. Pastor Momo, long time. I hope you are doing very well as well. And my bishop, the Adeshina, I hope you are doing well too. And if you are a bishop or my apostle will say Pope, and I have not acknowledged you, please, I go to you, sir. And thank you very much. And to all the chief imams and all, yes, the big hooks there.
What about the traditionalists?
The traditionalists as well. We salute every one of you. Yes. Thank you.
We do have a lot of them that are listening as well from Nigeria, because they know that the Starr Radio UK is giving them all the latest updates that they would love to hear.
Yes. So thank you very, very much. Yami, before you go.
Well, I'll be back again tomorrow, but for now, I'll leave you in the good hands of Archie. And like Dizzyman123 said, the court has ruled that to send migrants to Rwanda is actually illegal.
Well, that's what they said. But what do you think? Listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Yomi will be joining me tomorrow for another updates from Nigeria. But wherever you are, stay